Probably the most sought-after shipwreck in the Great Lakes. It's quite literally the holy grail, if you will, of shipwrecks.
Good evening to you. Archaeologists now believe a timber jutting out of the bed of Lake Michigan is centuries old.
And that makes it more likely to be part of a historic ship, the Griffin. Now, they say that's important because the Griffin is believed to be the only shipwreck that old in Lake Michigan. More than 300 years ago, the ship owned by French explorer Robert La Salle disappeared after leaving Washington Island. However, more dredging needs to be done to confirm that the timber is attached to a ship. And as Fox 11's Ben Pkg shows us, time may be running out on the crew searching for the site.
Since he was in 8th grade, Steve Liebert has wanted to find Robert La Salle's long-lost Griffin. In 2001, he found this timber extending 10 feet out of the bed of Lake Michigan. After waiting 13 more years to excavate the area, you can understand how Liebert might feel that the process is taking longer than expected.
You know, it's frustrating. For the past 12 years, 13 years, my wife and I, every day, isn't or isn't it the Griffin? Now we know it's an old timber.
But whether the old timber is attached to a ship is in question.
I think that maybe Steve found the Griffin. I can't be sure. That's why I'm waiting.
The thing these French archaeologists are waiting for is a deeper and wider hole to see what the wood is attached to. Before this operation started, sonar imaging projected the wood was sticking 2 to 4 feet into the lake bed. Probing now confirms it's likely 18 to 20 feet. New dredging equipment was brought in to get through the harder sediment at the lake bottom.
And that means we can excavate more material, still in a systematic manner, but more quickly.
Time is now working against the crew. The French archaeologists are here to confirm if this is the Griffin, but they all have flights to catch home by the end of the week.
It's a very short time to be in a measure to be sure there is a ship.
Even if the wood is declared part of a ship, the archaeologists still need to find French artifacts to confirm it's the Griffin.
I can dream in my own life, but as archaeologist I have to prove.
Lahore admits it could take a major excavation, something that would require more time, permission, and money.
As a matter of fact, I've already received calls, for funding help if I need it.
Liebert says this week's project has already cost 6 figures. That's on top of the hundreds of thousands of dollars he says he's spent since starting his search for the Griffin in 1981.
We have to be systematic about it, scientifically systematic, so we're not cutting any corners.
In Fairport, Michigan, Ben Pkg, Fox 11 News.
Now, one of the French archaeologists is already scheduled to fly home tomorrow. The other 2 are scheduled to leave on Friday. And if you'd like, you can use Facebook and Twitter to follow along with our journey to find the 17th century ship. Just search using the hashtag #LeGriffin.